Okay, so I know it's been like a week since I uploaded my last video, fail. I thought I was gonna have time to do it more. Lo and behold, I do not. We still don't have internet in the apartment. Some stuff just sort of happened and we might give up or we might still be getting it. So let's see, since my last video, a bunch of stuff has happened. We went to a bunch of our field trips. We went to a whole bunch of churches. We went to the Santa Maria Novella, but my favorite was the Santissima Annunziata. There we actually met a friar who walked us around the church, which surprised all of us since a lot of us weren't really like church ready. Our shoulders weren't covered and like we didn't have like skirts on our knees or anything, but he let us in anyway. And he just walked us around. He prayed with us. We all held hands. And then he blessed us, which is kind of cool. Never been blessed by anyone before. He was the sweetest man, though. And so that was fun. All 18 of us really came out of that feeling kind of excited, I think. And then later that night, let's see, we all went out to dinner. We went back to the Yellow Bar, the place where we went on our first night. It was delicious. Then the next day, we had a group presentation. We had to present to our class about the week we had, and instead of just doing like a PowerPoint or anything, we did a rap. We rapped to Vanilla Ice's Ice Baby. It was Frenzy Baby was the name of a rap. It was hilarious, very entertaining. Everyone laughed and had a good time. I was scared because we all know I'm not exactly gangster, but it was fun. And so then the next day we up and took off to Rome. So we got on the train right early in the morning. Our train left at like 6:40 a.m. and then it was a 3.5-hour train ride to the main station in Rome. And it was long. I didn't get to sleep very much. Sleeping on trains isn't easy, apparently. So then we went and had lunch at a little Italian cafe. I had like a tortellini soup. It was delicious. Then after that we went to the Vatican. We were able to sign up for like a tour bus. It was like a hop-on, hop-off bus. So we paid like almost 20 euros each to just get off and on this bus, and it stopped at a whole bunch of touristy spots around Rome all day. So there was like a stop near the Spanish Steps, a stop near the Colosseum, a stop near the Vatican, and that's what we did. The Vatican was unbelievable. First, we signed up. We got a tour, and we walked around the Vatican Museum. The Vatican Museum first. We saw all sorts of sculptures and tapestries, and it was beautiful, completely breathtaking. And then, so that was really nice. I got a lot of pictures. Although I actually forgot my own camera. I was on the train to Rome and I realized I didn't bring my camera, so I had to use my iPhone camera the whole weekend. It was very disappointing. Then we went into the Sistine Chapel. It was crowded. It was standing room only. There was no space in between people. And what really bummed me out about it was that the Vatican guards, they didn't really enforce a lot of the rules. So a lot of people were just kind of entering what I consider a holy place wearing tank tops and shorts, even though they repeatedly told us that we had to have our shoulders covered, and people were in there, they were cussing, and it was really, that was disappointing. But once we got past that, it was beautiful. Michelangelo's paintings are so much more amazing in person. We got to just kind of wander around the chapel for about 10 minutes. And then after that, because our tour ended in the Sistine Chapel, our tour guide didn't take us into the Basilica, but we did go into the Basilica, and it was undescribable. You walk into the basilica, and immediately on your right is Michelangelo's Pietà. It was one of my favorite sculptures we studied in my art appreciation class, and it was gorgeous. Just the emotion on the Madonna's face when she's holding Jesus after he was crucified was, I don't know how he was able to capture that in stone. But we walked around and just took it all in. It was just unbelievable. But anyway, so the Vatican took up our whole first day at Rome, and then we went out to dinner. So what better place to go get dinner in Rome than a Chinese restaurant? Yeah, we got Chinese food in Rome. It was cheap, so we were all kind of like, hey, look, $9 meal. And which would have been fine, except for one of our roommates got food poisoning and had to go home first thing in the morning, which was, we all felt really bad for her. But then the next day, the rest of us went to, we hopped back on the bus, the tour bus, and we went and saw the Colosseum, the Spanish Steps, the Trevi Fountain. The Spanish Steps were funny because none of us really knew where they were or what they were, and so we'd see some sort of steps that looked grand. People were taking pictures by them like, oh, are those the Spanish Steps? No, they weren't. We felt pretty dumb when we finally found them. Let's see. And then the Trevi Fountain was our last stop in Rome because we were going to miss our train back. And so we got back to our apartment really late at night. And just like crashed. We were tired. I'd kind of woken up sick that day, and we just crashed. Then we woke up the next day, and we had to start our classes, our new classes. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, we had Tuscany and its wines. We're going to be trying around 3 to 4 different types of wine a day and analyzing them. So the first day we only tried one kind of wine because it was like sort of like the getting to know everybody day and going over the syllabus. But then yesterday we tried 4. Yesterday I learned that I have to eat a lot of carbs before going to that class. I mean, I wasn't giggling or anything, but I definitely needed to eat a lot before that class. And then we also had our cooking class. Our cooking class started on Monday. So on Monday, we literally walked into the kitchen and just started cooking. There was no real, this is how you slice a tomato. The 2 girls in my group thankfully have some cooking experience and were helping me chop things, and I'm proud to say that I counted and I still have all 10 fingers. All 10 of them. So the first dish we made was like an almond crusted chicken. It was really good. And then after that we made like it was like a duck with a chocolate vinegar sauce. I never would have thought of putting chocolate and vinegar together, but it was pretty good. And then later that night we just came back. Still wasn't feeling too well. And then yesterday we woke up, earlier today we woke up, went back to class. No, yesterday. And tried four wines. We tried a white, a rosé, a red, and a port wine. The port was disgusting. It was way too sweet. Kind of tasted like, I don't know, maple syrup and tequila. I wasn't a fan. And then yesterday I was really, really sick. My roommate Hillary and I were just dead. So a whole bunch of people from our big group went out last night, and the 2 of us just sat and slept and tried to make our heads stop hurting. We just came down with like these sinus head cold things. We're both feeling a lot better today though. And then today in our wine class we had 3 different kinds of Sangiovese wines. So red wines, like a medium intensity. They were delicious. Then of course the professor came up. He didn't put me on the spot. He was just kind of asking people like, so tell me what, analyze the way this smells. And I'm sick, so that didn't go very well. And then I also got nervous because I don't exactly drink a lot of wine at home. The drinking age is higher. But it was no big deal. He kind of like let me be, and we just enjoyed the rest of the class. Let's see, what else has been going on? My roommate Hillary and I just went wine tasting, or no, not wine tasting, grocery shopping. Just reading something. We went grocery shopping. We got lost on the way to the grocery store. Still haven't figured my way around the city. And you guys all know I'm directionally challenged. So we found a grocery store. We bought a bunch of just like regular things. Just some salami, some cheese, some bread, milk, just the basics, so that we can eat lunch. I like lunch. It's really, really hot. Wilting. That's Hillary. Oh, over here. Wait. Hey! Yep, she's my best friend in the whole country. Yep, so that's pretty much it. Water is expensive. We have to pay for everything here. Like, there's no free water in restaurants. There are places charged to go to the bathroom. Like all the public restrooms have like a euro fee. Even like the public restrooms at the train station had this ridiculous contraption, basically, where you have to put a euro into like an automatic gate for it to open so you can go to the bathroom. I thought that was obscene, and of course I didn't have any change on me. So that was that's one thing I really don't like. I basically find that unethical at this point. The train was also obscenely hot. It was really hot. Anyway, that's all I have to say, so I'll see you guys soon.